Hi, and welcome to another episode. I'm your host, Yisbel Bera, and I'm excited today. I always like to start by saying that there's two important days in life, the day that you were born and the day that you find out why. So today I have an amazing business partner. I have with me Jacqueline if you can say your last name, I'm sorry.
That's okay. It's Arikape.
Yeah, so I am so honored to have you, and we like to be authentic here. This is nothing, like previously made. We like to be open with the audience, and I am so grateful for you, for your business, your support. I believe that you are a successful business woman, a title agent, a mother, a wife. Tell me a little bit about your background so everyone get to know you.
Sure. Thank you so much for having me. I'm the one that's honored to be asked to be here. So thank you so much. Hello, everyone out there. um, yeah, I'm so grateful to be here. So thank you again. A little bit about myself. So I was born in Puerto Rico. So I was born in a little town in Puerto Rico, Gurabo in Caguas is where
Yeah.
my family is pretty much from. And then from a very small age, we moved to Connecticut. I moved with my mom, and we lived in Connecticut, and I was pretty much raised in Connecticut. My grandmother spent a lot of time with us, raising me and my brothers. And then we moved to Florida. And I kind of started my life in Florida. So I went to high school and then college, and so I've been pretty much here ever since then.
Yeah,
So.
and I know you have a real estate license. You're also a title. You're part of a title company as well. You're a marketing director for it. And as you grow and you were deciding which path you should go, like what were your thoughts and how can you share with the audience what type of element or things that you should be seeking in order to find that calling? Because as we grow, we are also confused. Okay, what should I be doing? And how do you find out about your passion in what you're doing today? And
Oh, thank you. That's such a good question.
mhm.
I think you're right. I think when you're young, you're seeing so many different you things that you can be. You're talking to different mentors. You're talking to different colleges, maybe your guidance counselors, things like that. There's so much being thrown at you, and you're confused as where you want to go. I think for me, I just have been since a very young age very passionate about my community and being a servant. I think I saw that with, my grandmother and my mother with examples of just how they would kind of help out the community, help out anyone who was in need. And so I think for me, it was a pretty easy transition because I knew that I wanted to be somewhere where I could help someone. I think that that's my calling.
I do see that a lot in you, let me tell you, because you are huge in the community. You're always, getting a hold of people. How can I serve? How can I help? How can I be a guy? So I do see that a lot in you.
Yeah, thank you so much
So
for
it's so
recognizing that.
connected to your, right?
Yeah.
Like you say that you grew up serving and giving out.
I
So
think so. I think we don't realize the influences we have as a child, and then how that transfers into adulthood. But yeah, I think just those examples. My mom was a single mother for a very long time, until she got remarried. But just kind of seeing that work ethic. She, I really wholeheartedly believe in minority homeownership, Hispanic homeownership, and seeing my mother being able to buy her first home and kind of leave that legacy of hard work pays off. So that
love
also
it.
shaped me too. But I think for me, I think it was more about serving and how I could serve the community. And so I had a mentor who was actually a real estate paralegal, and she kind of got me into the business that way. And so I worked with attorneys, and I would, always do kind of my giving back things
Yeah.
with the community. And then the more that I started like getting into real estate, the more networking I started doing, the more rooms I started being a part of, I thought, this is bigger than me. I can do so much more with resources and, reaching out to more and more people and getting to know them. So I got into real estate. I got my real estate license. To help my attorney, I would do probate sales. And then, which was amazing because that was another way of me serving. So I was helping these families who were going through the probate process, which is a very tough
Yes, and long.
and long.
Sometimes it's long.
Yes,
Yeah.
it can be very long. It can be very, it's hard for these families. They lost someone, and at the same time now they have to go through this court process to get whatever remaining things that are due to them.
Yeah,
So
I mean, the best way to avoid that is, I mean, this is not the subject, but since you touch it, is to have a trust.
yes.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's
yeah.
absolutely the right way to
Yeah,
do that.
yeah.
You should do your estate planning. It's very important to do your estate planning.
Yeah.
But yeah, so then that just opened up more doors for me. And then I got into sales with title, working with an amazing title company. And I had a great foundation there, great mentors there, and then now I'm a partner of a title company. So I think it's just kind of like transitioned. And all along the way, I have been, building and figuring out ways to help the community.
Yeah, I love it. I love it. I mean, I believe that there's certain times that you probably do things that you kind of do not understand why. If it's something that you probably do not identify yourself so much, but then later on, everything makes sense. Because I always say that everyone has a specific calling and purpose in life, and we go to college, we go to school to serve and to give back. Teachers get prepared to give back to the student and
Yes.
teach. Lawyers and I believe that we don't need more money. We need more connection. We need more people, and we need to solve more problems, right?
Yes.
And the money will follow.
Absolutely, absolutely. The money, if you're doing what your passion is, and the money is going to follow. It may be tough, but you're going to keep going. Hard work always pays off, like I said. But yeah, I think the money.
And you
is
got
gonna
that
be
from
there.
your mother, right?
And I did. I got that work ethic from my mom.
Yeah,
Sometimes she would work 2 and 3 jobs. So that work
Wow.
ethic definitely comes from her. I owe that to her.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's amazing. I mean, as growing up, again, kids do not do what we tell them to do. They do what they see.
Yes.
And you're sharing your story about your mother and all that is definitely a big influence in your life.
Yes, she definitely was. Yes.
Yeah.
She is.
Yeah, if you can share like any struggle in your life and what do you learn from?
Sure. I've had a lot of struggles in my
Yeah,
life.
I believe
don't
we all
think- Who hasn't? If you're out there, I'd like to meet you.
I know, right?
But yes, I've had a lot of struggles. I'll start with just struggles that I still continue to overcome because I feel like a lot of things I'm still working on. I'm definitely a work in progress. The Lord is not finished with me yet. But I struggle with confidence. I struggle a lot with confidence. I struggle with that imposter syndrome. That
I
creeps
believe
in.
we all do.
Yeah.
In different levels.
Yeah, well, it's definitely hard to overcome, but at the same time, as long as you're continuously working on it, and I read a lot, I listen to a lot of podcasts. I was introduced to Tony Robbins, and I'm a big proponent of that and his work and his
I
teachings.
love Tony Robbins. Yeah.
Yes, and I think that has helped me to get to a little point where I feel like I'm more comfortable. Like even sitting here talking to you, knowing that there's people watching out there, I'm like sweaty. But
you're doing amazing.
No, thank
Yeah.
you. But I think, I think I have grown to understand that if there's like a saying that it's like, if not me, then who? Like, so I can definitely be that person for someone. Someone can see that I, grew up with, low self-esteem and, confidence issues. But I have been able to kind of overcome that slowly, and I've been able to talk in front of people and teach classes. And I'm
I
a
love
big
it.
proponent on education
And you do so
teaching.
good, let me tell you. Yeah, you're definitely a great trainer.
Thank you.
I've been able to watch you and receive some of your classes and see how you teach my team as well. So, yeah.
I appreciate that. It means a lot to hear that because coming from that place where I would just literally freeze and wouldn't be able to talk, in front of a group of people. And I think, what has also helped me was also just, again, getting back out into the community and helping.
Yeah.
And I work with an organization that I know you're familiar with, which is NARUP, the
Yeah.
National Association of Hispanic Real Estate Professionals. And I'm on the board for that. And that kind of pushes you out of your comfort zone too, because
For sure.
I'm a big believer in real estate and how that can change your life. But I had to get out there and be able to speak.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
that they give me a lot of opportunities to speak and get in front of people. So
Yeah, no, I love it.
yeah.
I love it. So, just I will say that if there's any parents watching, watch what type of example, right? You're giving is it's not what you're saying, because I hear a lot of your story about the work ethic of your mother. Also to manifest, to believe and be faithful and overcome your fears.
Yes.
Now being successfully teaching classes for the last 7 years or over that, right?
Yes.
I believe so.
Yeah, about 7 years now. I've been out there in front of agents teaching them in one way or another, and
Yeah.
I learn from them every day.
Yeah.
So like it's a process of learning back and forth, and I appreciate it. I'm so grateful for the job that I get to do every day. I'm so grateful for the people that I meet every day.
Yeah, I love it. No, and I believe that we should be in learning mode every time, because there's always something new to learn. Something, even though if you heard about in a specific class, subject, or topic, there's always something else to grab from leadership, mindset, or, any whatever is the case or
Yeah.
the topic that you go out and take. But I'm always on the learning mood. And another thing is that it's been a little bit over 20 years since I came here to Florida, and I remember that I was so afraid of my accent, but I overcome that, and so that makes me different and unique, like having. So
love
I believe that we are all unique.
Yes,
it
I
doesn't
believe
matter
that
where
too.
you're from.
Yes, I believe in authenticity. Be yourself. That is how you're going to be able to relate to people. There's people that are just like you out there, and you don't realize that, but they're out there and they're looking up to you and they're seeing how you are and the way that you present yourself. And you are a constant professional. Every time I see you, every time I speak with you, I learn so much from you too. So yeah, your accent is beautiful and it makes you very unique.
Thank you so much. But if there's any final thought that you would like to share with anybody that is trying to start something new, or any new entrepreneur that you would like to share.
Sure. I think, we all started somewhere. I think you just have to get out there. You have to get out of your own way. I think a lot of times, we get this imposter syndrome that I was talking about, where you feel like, like maybe this isn't for you, or maybe, someone doesn't want to hear your story, or you're not going to be able to relate to someone, but you will. They're out there. Keep going. I think that education is a platform, and whether that's in real estate where you're just taking extra classes, or whatever you're doing to better yourself, education is always going to be that foundation for you. And that's with anything. Like, even if you have a fear of public speaking, there's classes that you can take about, for that. I did that. So, they're out there. Keep reading. Reading is fundamental. The more you read, the more you're going to learn, the more you're going to know, the more you can help someone else with that knowledge. And if you don't know something, I always say, teach it. Believe it or not, if you don't know something, you want to learn something, like, teach it. Like,
That's
learn
so
it
true.
to a place where that you can actually teach it to someone else, and you're going to be so comfortable with that subject matter, it's going to roll off right off your tongue. So yeah, I think that's what I'll leave you with. But work hard work pays off. For sure.
Yeah, I love it. Thank you so much, Jacqueline. It's been amazing having this conversation with you about your journey. And yeah, we just want to show vulnerable. We just want to show that, yes, you can. We want to help you out to rise and thrive with a purpose, like the podcast name, right? And just keep on going. Surround yourself with the right people, like I am right now.
Thank you so much, like I am. Thank you. I'm so grateful. Thank you for having me.
Of course. Well, we'll see you into the next one.